get that bag.
I need my coins. I got my totem. I cop some Tiki. Thought I told him. Oh, you don't know Tiki. We bout to show him. Don't touch my Tiki. Oh, I'm a totem. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Baby, don't touch the guap. I'm about to make it rain. Open up the swap and join the Tiki gang. We climbing up the chart. Oh yeah, they know the name. I'm smoking on Tiki clouds. Too high, I can't come down. The crypto got in me. Don't let me follow crowds. You think the moon ain't here?
It's here.
Better calm that down. Tiki told him it's a token. Keep it rolling, that shit potent. Get that dip and earn that B&B. Sharks ain't got no leniency. Stack that up, that's currency. We'll take you where you wanna be. High, then I wanna be. Scams, they some wannabes. Bitch, I hit connect. Tiki tokens, what I wanna see. Yeah, watch me ball, get out the way. Top that 10K every day. Man, what else I gotta say? I don't do this shit for play. Yeah, my combo gotta stay. I'm with Kiki, she look Tiki and she dancing in the rain. I need my coins. I got my totem. I cop some Tiki. I thought I told him. Oh, you don't know Tiki. We bout to show him. Won't touch my Tiki. Oh, I'm a totem. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Baby, don't touch the guap. I'm about to make it rain. Open up the swap and join the Tiki gang. We climbing up the chart. Oh yeah, they know the name.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Better get that bag.
I need my coins. I got my totem. I cop some Tiki. Thought I told him. Oh, you don't know Tiki. We bout to show him. Don't touch my Tiki. Oh, I'm a totem. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Baby, don't touch the guap. I'm about to make it rain. Open up the swap and join the Tiki gang. We climbing up the chart. Oh yeah, they know the name. I'm smoking on Tiki clouds. Too high, I can't come down. The crypto got in me. Don't let me follow crowds. You think the moon ain't here?
It's here.
Better calm that down. Tiki told him it's a token. Keep it rolling, that shit potent. Get that dip and earn that B&B. Sharks ain't got no leniency. Stack that up, that's currency. We'll take you where you wanna be. High, then I wanna be. Scams, they some wannabes. Bitch, I hit connect. Tiki tokens, what I wanna see. Yeah, watch me ball, get out the way. Top that 10K every day. Man, what else I gotta say? I don't do this shit for play. Yeah, my combo gotta stay. I'm with Kiki, she look Tiki and she dancing in the rain. I need my coins. I got my totem. I cop some Tiki. I thought I told him. Oh, you don't know Tiki. We bout to show him. Don't touch my Tiki. Oh, I'm a totem. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Baby, don't touch the guap. I'm about to make it rain. Open up the swap and join the Tiki gang. We climbing up the chart. Oh yeah, they know the name.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Better get that bag.
I need my coins. I got my totem. I cop some Tiki. Thought I told him. Oh, you don't know Tiki. We bout to show him. Won't touch my Tiki. Oh, I'm a totem. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Baby, don't touch the guap. I'm about to make it rain. Open up the swap and join the Tiki gang. We climbing up the chart. Oh, yeah, they know the name. We smoking on Tiki clouds. Too high, I can't come down. The crypto got in me. Don't let me follow crowds. You think the moon ain't here?
It's here.
Better calm that down. Tiki told him it's a token. Keep it rolling, that shit potent. Get that dip and earn that B&B. Sharks ain't got no leniency. Stack that up, that's currency. We'll take you where you wanna be. High, then I wanna be. Scams, they some wannabes. Bitch, I hit connect. Tiki tokens, what I wanna see. Yeah, watch me ball it out the way. Top that 10K every day. Man, what else I gotta say? I don't do this shit for play. Yeah, my combo gotta stay. I'm with Kiki, she look Tiki and she dancing in the rain. I need my coins. I got my totem. I cop some Tiki. I thought I told him. Oh, you don't know Tiki. We bout to show him. Won't touch my Tiki. Oh, I'm a totem. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Baby, don't touch the guap. I'm about to make it rain. Open up the swap and join the Tiki gang. We climbing up the chart. Oh, yeah, they know the name.
Battery 60%.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Better get that bag.
I need my coins. I got my totem. I cop some Tiki. Thought I told him. Oh, you don't know Tiki. We bout to show him. Won't touch my Tiki. Oh, I'm a totem. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Baby, don't touch the guap. I'm about to make it rain. Open up the swap and join the Tiki gang. We climbing up the chart. Oh, yeah, they know the name. We smoking on Tiki clouds. Too high, I can't come down. The crypto got in me. Don't let me follow crowds. You think the moon ain't here?
It's here.
Better calm that down. Tiki told him it's a token. Keep it rolling, that shit potent. Get that dip and earn that B&B. Sharks ain't got no leniency. Stack that up, that's currency. We'll take you where you wanna be. High, then I wanna be. Scams, they some wannabes. Bitch, I hit connect. Tiki tokens, what I wanna see. Yeah, watch me ball it out the way. Top that 10K every day. Man, what else I gotta say? I don't do this shit for play. Yeah, my combo gotta stay. I'm with Kiki, she look Tiki and she dancing in the rain. I need my coins. I got my totem. I cop some Tiki. I thought I told him. Oh, you don't know Tiki. We bout to show him. Won't touch my Tiki. Oh, I'm a totem. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Baby, don't touch the guap. I'm about to make it rain. Open up the swap and join the Tiki gang. We climbing up the chart. Oh, yeah, they know the name.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Better get that bag.
I need my coins. I got my totem. I cop some Tiki. Thought I told him. Oh, you don't know Tiki. We bout to show him. Won't touch my Tiki. Oh, I'm a totem. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Baby, don't touch the guap. I'm about to make it rain. Open up the swap and join the Tiki gang. We climbing up the chart. Oh, yeah, they know the name. I'm smoking on Tiki clouds. Too high, I can't come down. The crypto got in me. Don't let me follow crowds. You think the moon ain't here?
It's here.
Better calm that down. Tiki told him it's a token. Keep it rolling, that shit potent. Get that dip and earn that B&B. Charts ain't got no leniency. Stack that up, that's currency. We'll check you where you wanna be. High, then I wanna be. Scams, they some wannabes. Bitch, I hit connect. Tiki tokens, what I wanna see. Yeah, watch me ball it out the way. Pop that 10K every day. Man, what else I gotta say? I don't do this shit for play. Yeah, my combo gotta stay. I'm with Kiki, she look Tiki and she dancing in the rain. I need my coins. I got my totem. I cop some Tiki. I thought I told him. Oh, you don't know Tiki. We bout to show him. Won't touch my Tiki. Oh, I'm a totem. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Baby, don't touch the guap. I'm about to make it rain. Open up the swap and join the Tiki gang. We climbing up the chart. Oh yeah, they know the name.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Better get that bag.
I need my coins. I got my totem. I cop some Tiki. Thought I told him. Oh, you don't know Tiki. We bout to show him. Won't touch my Tiki. Oh, I'm a totem. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Baby, don't touch the guap. I'm about to make it rain. Open up the swap and join the Tiki gang. We climbing up the chart. Oh yeah, they know the name. I'm smoking on Tiki clouds. Too high, I can't come down. The crypto got in me. Don't let me follow crowds. You think the moon ain't here?
It's here.
Better calm that down. Tiki told him it's a token. Keep it rolling, that shit potent. Get that dip and earn that B&B. Charts ain't got no leniency. Stack that up, that's currency. We'll check you where you wanna be. High, then I wanna be. Scams, they some wannabes. Bitch, I hit connect. Tiki tokens, what I wanna see. Yeah, watch me ball it out the way. Pop that 10K every day. Man, what else I gotta say? I don't do this shit for play. Yeah, my combo gotta stay. I'm with Kiki, she look Tiki and she dancing in the rain. I need my coins. I got my totem. I cop some Tiki. I thought I told him. Oh, you don't know Tiki. We bout to show him. Won't touch my Tiki. Oh, I'm a totem. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Yeah, it's Tiki gang. Baby, don't touch the guap. I'm about to make it rain. Open up the swap and join the Tiki gang. We climbing up the chart. Oh yeah, they know the name.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Tiki Talk AMA episode 13. Hope everyone's having a lovely weekend so far. Just wanted to thank everyone for taking some time out of their day to drop in and listen to the AMA. It's definitely going to be one of the more exciting ones as we have some really cool updates to share with everyone. So I'll just give a little bit of an agenda of what we're going to be going over today. But first, I'm just going to make sure everyone can hear me properly, as I want to make sure everyone's all good. It seems like audio is going through on YouTube okay, and Telegram looks good. Okay, cool. So first off, we're going to be going over some of the NFT key updates that everyone has been waiting very patiently to see, and you'll get to find out more about that mystery number that was revealed earlier on in the week. That is definitely really exciting. I can't wait to share a lot more on that. And after that, we'll be just going through some general Q&A with the community as usual. And at the very end, we'll also be doing a little bit of a surprise for everyone. So definitely make sure to stick around towards the end. You don't want to miss that. It's probably one of the more exciting things from the AMA. So definitely do stick around. And finally concluding, probably after the hour, we will have the first Tiki sweepstake draw being done. This is obviously something that's done automatically on the dashboard, so you'll be able to see if you were one of the lucky winners, if you did have any tickets or any entries in that. So definitely make sure to stick around for that. We will be making another announcement as well with the winners, and then the rewards will be distributed from then. And immediately after that, the next sweepstake will begin as well. So I'm going to get started right now, going into the slides here. Let's give it a sec here. Let's make sure that goes through good. And also, if you are in the Telegram, do make sure to check out the YouTube live stream where we have the visuals, but I'll be talking about the updates anyway through here. All right, so first off, starting off with the project NFT key. So our NFT development is coming in really fast, and we have some really exciting news to share with the community today. Very soon, we'll be launching our NFT key contract on the Ethereum network, and we can expect this to be kind of deployed and finalized completely mid-October, but we'll be having continuous updates throughout the coming weeks ahead. But this is something that's super exciting to take away from today, and we'll go through some of the other things as well. And this is a huge step for the Tiki Finance project, and we will now be able to engage with one of the biggest and most popular blockchain networks and the biggest NFT markets in crypto at the moment. And probably some people might be wondering as well is obviously like what about the BSC, as obviously where the Tiki token resides. And we will also be looking to create a bridge essentially between the BSC and ETH network, so the Tiki token holders can benefit from the best of both networks. And this is something we do want to have strong emphasis on, that we don't want to think people to think that we're completely moving away from the BSC to the Ethereum network, but you'll be creating a kind of strong bridge between that, so it works kind of seamlessly over time. And in addition to owning some of these awesome NFT keys, which we'll release a bit more information on soon, is we'll be creating like a kind of a unique reward system alongside it for some of the NFT key holders in the form of some. So if some of the special attributes that these NFTs might have might generate some kind of reward, most likely in the form of Tiki tokens. Additionally, on top of this, there might also be some of the sales from these NFTs will be contributing to the dividends as well that we do see with the normal BNB reflections, but we'll be releasing a lot more information on this in the coming weeks as this is refined, and we have a strong definition of what we can expect on release. But this is kind of what we have set out and planned for now. But definitely want to be keeping an eye on this. And I'll just head over to the next slide now. More on this as well. So how will the NFT contract work? And as an investor, you will be able to mint your very own NFT key. And each time an NFT key is minted, a random set of different attributes are applied to determine the appearance and ultimately the rarity of the NFT that you've minted yourself. And these are the kind of the following attributes that we have set out for each of these NFTs. So we have the mask base, which is kind of like the kind of core of the mask essentially, which will be the NFT. We'll have a random jewel, mouthpiece, nose, eyes, feathers, collar, background, and additional decorations as well. So this is something that will be kind of like a randomly generated, personalized, unique Tiki mask NFT that kind of creates this whole awesome dynamic to our as a holder of one of these NFT special NFTs, and also creates that kind of community sense where you actually be able to kind of own your essentially your own kind of mask, and you can kind of I know when I own mine, I'll be setting it as my profile picture because it's just kind of a cool thing to kind of hold essentially in that regard. And obviously with regards to that special number we were talking about, is though we obviously aim to have 11 unique designs for each of the those previously described different attributes, each of those 9 different elements, and we can kind of see where we get this random we get these number of iterations that we can see was up to the 21,650,000,000 different possibilities for the NFT keys, which is a crazy amount to think about. And within that, yeah, obviously when you generate your own one, it's going to be kind of like your own one of a kind, very unique NFT key. So there's a lot of possibilities there. So it's definitely very interesting to see. And as far as kind of marketplaces go for the NFTs at the current stage, we could probably expect as a holder of these NFT keys and being able to actually sell them, this will probably be done on OpenSea, which is probably one of the biggest Ethereum NFT marketplaces at the current stage. But obviously, as a holder of one of these NFTs in the future, it will be something that can just be stored in a lot of your general wallets, such as Trust Wallet and stuff, like just a usual NFTs if it's something you're usual with. But we'll be releasing a lot of tutorials in the coming weeks as we lead up to the release of this. So this kind of covers the bigger and more exciting updates regarding the NFT key updates for this week, and we will move on to the questions regarding these updates. I know a lot of people will definitely have a lot of questions regarding how this is all going to work, and you might have any questions regarding anything else, any other current updates as well. So we move on to that segment as well. So if you do have any other questions regarding specifically anything regarding the NFT key contract and implementation, do raise your hand in the Telegram. If you have any other questions regarding anything Tiki related, do also let me know as well. So this is very exciting, and just as an update where we're kind of sitting in this, because we do have a projected release for mid-October, and we're around 40% completion during the design phase for the Tiki NFTs. So it's very exciting. We're coming in really close to the release, and we're aiming for that mid-October release as explained. But it's very, very exciting. So like I said, 40% of our designs are currently done, and it's looking really good. We're going to be set to be deployed on the Ethereum network for our NFT keys. So definitely something to keep an eye out for. And yeah, so if you have any questions, do let me know. For those of you that aren't in the live stream, Henky's just posted the graphics there for you to read over. Definitely take a look at that as well. But if anyone has any questions regarding anything, do let me know. Definitely do raise your hand. Can be anything you want.
A couple of questions on the YouTube live stream already, Jake.
Yeah, definitely.
First one is, when will we see any samples of the NFT keys?
Okay.
We've seen samples, haven't we?
Yeah, the mod team's been definitely being able to see some of the samples, and it's looking really good so far. And regarding to that special update, we have a special surprise we have at the end of the AMA. You might be able to see something of a sample, so definitely stick around towards the end. Yeah, and I will also have another update as well regarding the also with the kind of as a extra surprise with the reveal at the end. So definitely stick around for that. Is there another question as
The
well?
question I see is there's a limit on how many NFT key tokens or NFTs that we can purchase, and I don't see why there would be.
Yeah, at the current stage, we don't have any limits defined. So it would essentially be that you could mint any amount of NFT keys that you'd like or purchase them from the marketplace. There's going to be kind of differences in price, obviously, with rarities. If you were deciding to buy a NFT key from the OpenSea's marketplace, for example, as it might be more rarer, or you'd be paying just the price of minting the actual token on the minting the NFT on the Ethereum network, which is yet to be disclosed yet. But that's how it would work. But then we don't have any limits imposed at this current state.
I see another question on YouTube asking, how will these NFTs raise the price and the volume of Tiki? Well, in essence, I mean, everyone's going to want these, right? NFTs are the really, really big buzzword of the whole crypto world. It's something everyone wants to get into. And the way the NFT keys are made, personally, they're amazing. And people are just going to want to buy these, and in order to buy these you're going to have Tiki, so that in itself will just raise volume. People will have to buy more Tiki to get more NFTs, etc., etc. So
Yeah, definitely. And the NFT market has been booming for the past months now as it's kind of come into it. And this is kind of where we're going to find our place in that market as well, especially with our surrounding utility alongside the actual Tiki token itself, is where we can kind of see the extra kind of volume and price rise as well. Yeah, and regarding that number as well, as someone kind of mentioned that it might have been calculated wrong. This is something that isn't completely 100% confirmed, as we do come closer to uh, completion of our collection and design for each of the different attributes. So this is something that is subject to change. There might be more or less of the amount of variations, but it's kind of just a close figure of what we can kind of expect to be the amount of variations. Yeah. So is any other questions? H808 Beats has a question as well. So the more Tiki you have, the more NFTs you'll be able to buy. So in its initial implementation, we will be having these NFTs deployed on the Ethereum network, but there will probably be later developments in the future, probably shortly after its release, that will allow the purchase of these NFTs with Tiki, essentially, as we kind of come closer to the implementation of the bridge between both networks. So this is something that's kind of yet to be kind of disclosed, and we'll release more information procedurally in the coming weeks as we kind of come closer to that release date. But as of kind of an early release, there will be kind of that added utility of the extra reward systems for holding it, and as someone in the kind of current Tiki community, it's a very, very kind of beneficial thing to have as well. So it's something that will drive the volume up as well. Is any other questions as well? Also, we can have one of the mods unmute the actual Telegram chat. That people can feel free to ask questions there as well. So if someone has access to that, I might do that now while we wait for some people. So it's going. I'm Ricky says. So it's going live somewhere around mid October. Yes, that's correct. That's our kind of projected date of release. And as we come closer to that point, we might have a specific date for release that we have, but we're projecting around mid October for the full release of the NFT key contract on the Ethereum network.
Yeah, and that in itself is also very exciting, I would say, honestly. We're broaching into a completely different network with people who might only ever like pay attention to the Ethereum blockchain. They might now come into contact with Tiki, and in relation to that, actually go and buy Tiki as well. So just yet another approach for people to get to know about Tiki.
Yeah, 100%. Blue Mango says sweepstake is a complete failure, brought practically zero volume. This is not the kind of mentality I'd probably want people to have regarding the sweepstakes platform. Obviously, wasn't something that was meant to drive an insane amount of volume first, as the prize pool at the current stage is rather low, but kind of acceptable at its current stage. And it was more something to be kind of as a fun, engaging thing for our current community to get involved in and add a bit of a competitive sense to it. But obviously, as we kind of come to releasing more of our main products as well, we can drive the volume up. We can see a lot more of those higher prize pools, and with the extra surprise coming towards the end of the AMA, we'll kind of see where we can add kind of different variations in what you're going to expect for the reward as well. But I'm sorry you're kind of not as pleased with how performed in the current first week, but it is something that we're going to be constantly improving on as we continue reevaluating the prize pool, how it functions as a whole, how it engages the community, and how it also benefits to improve the volume. But it was never the intention to create an essential like a pump out of the bat, as it is an early kind of addition to the Tiki ecosystem and something that's kind of a bit of fun essentially. Adds that competitive sense. But like I described in the last AMA, we can kind of see some really nice prize pools from that once the volume starts picking up with some of our core releases and core products. But yeah, sorry you're feeling that way about that. Trevor King says Banker Doge is doing very well with a marketing company guiding them. Any plans to work with some professionals? Yes, definitely. Banker Doge is doing extremely well in their early stages of pre-release, and we're very proud of them. We're going to be continue to work closely with them. Beach Warrior has been in strong communication now with some of the people that they're in dealings with, so we can expect to see a lot more kind of regarding how they've been working with their marketing as well. And we've also have people on our team as well, namely Encrypt and me and some of the other moderators and team doing research into marketing companies and agencies that provide more of a better insight on analytics and different kind of resources that we can utilize to kind of push the word of Tiki out, especially as we come into releasing some of these bigger products. So is this something we're definitely focused on? And yes, they're doing a very, very great job in their pre-release. Amazing effort in their pre-sale, must say. Yeah. So is any other questions? So Jack says almost every other token is making some form of NFT platform. My concern would be that these Tiki NFTs will be lost in the sea of NFTs. Hopefully, not all of our Tiki eggs are put in one basket. Yeah, so this is going to be something that is kind of being built alongside our main thing, and we don't want to make this our primary focus as we do want to make a wider suite of products, especially with the implementation of the Tiki Dash. But it's something that we're going to be offering, and it's going to be there to provide you extra utility and kind of extra creative fun sense to the Tiki token ecosystem. So I wouldn't have the mentality that every project has NFT, so what's the difference? It's just something that's specific to our project and our purpose and the way we kind of use that as a vehicle to ride out kind of interest in specifically Tiki itself. Yeah, so any other questions?
Yeah, not only that, it's the way we're doing it and the kind of skills behind the implementation, the art style, everything. It's just way better than anything maybe not anything, but the majority of NFTs I've ever seen are like hashed together in a very weird way, and it's not really aesthetically pleasing. Well, that's just not the case with the NFT keys. Honestly, it's a very different implementation. It's also quite unique in the technical aspect of it, with the Ethereum network bridge and everything. So you really shouldn't compare NFT key apples to apples to just like any random NFT implementation that you've seen in the past. It's really quite a different story here.
Yeah, 100%. So if anyone else has any other questions, do feel free to raise your hand, especially in the Telegram if you have any questions. So, and we'll get on to our kind of bigger announcement as well. Hope everyone's really excited for. I'm personally really excited to share this with you as well. In regards to the NFT key, kind of a more of a reveal. So I'll just let anyone else ask any questions. The Telegram chat is open as well, so do feel free to ask. Wayne has a question as well, so I'll allow you to speak, Phil. Hey Wayne, how's it going?
Good, sir. Quick question on Tiki Dash. We haven't talked about it in a couple of weeks. Any updates? Anything that we could sink our teeth into for on that topic?
Yeah, 100%. We're actually planning on allocating the next AMA to a larger chunk of the updates, but I can definitely give you a brief overview of where we're sitting on that at the moment. So the back end of that is completely finished. I believe it was as described last update. We've configured the APIs and SDKs for that, and I believe the chart's going to be sitting at like a 1 minute candle, pretty much essentially like what we can expect on a lot of the other bigger platforms as well. So a lot of the actual templating has been set up. We kind of just need to connect the live API data to the actual dashboard itself. But the main thing in development at the moment is the front end. And this is now begun. So this is probably some of the newer news to take away from today. But the large part of actually next week will be sinking our teeth a bit more into those updates regarding Tiki Dash specifically. But we just wanted to take this time with this AMA to focus completely on Tiki Dash. So it's not something we've completely ignored. We just wanted to kind of focus the updates to let people ask questions specifically on this first, and we don't want to mix stuff too much, but this is something that we'll probably be focusing on a lot more for next week as well.
Wonderful. I'll looking forward to next week already. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no worries. So Asha says, when listed on Binance? Yeah, definitely something anyone would want, but all things do come in time. All good things do take time, so this is something we can expect. And also, what about exchange listings? Is there any news on this? Not the current stage. This is something that's still in conversation as we try and find a suitable fit. And it's something we do want to focus on strongly is the actual development and utility of our token before we decide to get listed on an exchange, as this will be extremely beneficial for us. And where we sit at the moment using the Pancake Swap liquidity, and we're feeling quite comfortable here at the moment. But it's definitely that's something that's on the agenda for this year to sort out as we start rolling out these two bigger updates that we're currently working on in the background. But we'll give more updates on this as we has more information to share on this for sure.
Jake, let me also say one or two things because I'm reading on the YouTube chat.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, there is quite some discussion ongoing. Hey, everyone. So just to make sure, I mean, we are keeping some minor marketing activities here and there. However, I mean, people expecting right now a huge marketing push, that would be actually a big waste of money. And I see Setokan on YouTube actually explained it very well. I mean, that there are right now hundreds or tons of BNB auto reflection coins and projects out there. So it's really after Tiki started this trend that it really began booming, and you see like every day popping up several projects doing the auto reflection coins. And I think what Tiki is doing right now with the NFT development and the dashboard coming up as well is some major extension of the Tiki ecosystem actually. And once we get these features out, then there's also some major news to share actually and make people aware. I think quite many people out there know already about Tiki, but with these, I would say, major developments coming out and features coming out, we will also push a little bit more on the marketing side to get the word out there about our latest developments. And we will continue in doing that. I mean, this is right now, our devs and warriors are quite busy and bringing these features out. It's quite a major developments happening there. And once we get them out, we will also take the word out and make sure that this message gets across.
Yeah, thanks for the explanation, Encrypt. It's much appreciated. And yeah, definitely the right approach that we're taking at the moment, as wasting an excessive amount of funds now just for a not very cost-effective outcome, when we could definitely utilize a lot more of those funds and we have much more impactful updates, is going to be ultimately a lot better in the long run for securing like a growth in our community, a growth in price and growth in volume, essentially. So yeah, definitely great explanation. I got a question as well from Hodl King. So is this with ETH network, can we earn ETH? So we're not expecting with the release of NFT to migrate. We're not going to be bridging the actual token itself. We'll be bridging interaction between the actual NFTs on the on the Ethereum network and the holders of the NFTs on the actual Binance network. So it'll be a bridge in that sense. And in that way, we can kind of create those interactions with the additional reward systems and the actual extra income created from the NFT keys that gets distributed alongside the normal div tracker funds that we can kind of see with the BNB distribution. So at the current stage, we're not actually going to be completing a complete bridge between the actual Tiki token itself, more just the actual NFT key itself. So another question from BB8. So will Tiki of ETH mean more than 1 million Tiki tokens? I'm not too sure exactly what you mean by that. I think that's kind of regarding kind of going back to that last question. We're not going to be doing the actual whole Tiki token bridge in terms of the actual token itself being on the Ethereum network, but at the current stage, focusing on just the actual NFTs themselves.
I assume the question is regarding the total circulating supply, and indeed, yeah, that wouldn't change. It's not 1 million, it's 1 billion, but yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. So also regarding Certec, we've sent a kind of message back to them regarding the status of the Skynet. I was expecting a lot more questions actually regarding this as well, and I was going to bring it up anyway. So we're still waiting to hear back from them regarding them. We're not too sure why it's exactly taking as long as it is, but we've sent a submission to them asking to see the situation with this, and we'll kind of update the community as we get back more news from them, and we can hopefully expect to see it coming in this week, in a few days. So we'll definitely keep everyone posted on the status of the Skynet as well. So is any?
I see someone else. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, go for it, Joe.
Yeah, it's just a question on the YouTube live stream from I'm Ricky. What the floor price of the NFTs would be? That's not really something that we know about yet. It's not really a number that has to be decided based on so many variables. So it's not something we know just yet. Unless there's something you know I don't, Jake?
No, it is at this stage we don't have these numbers available yet. As we come closer to the release date, in mid-October, we'll have more information on the exact minting cost of these NFT keys as well. But regarding like actual price of them, I believe is the way NFTs work is when they're sold on a marketplace, the seller themselves defines the price of them. The minting price is something obviously that is kind of decided on our end, but at the current stage we don't have to find price for this. Alrighty.
I also see some I want to point out some discussion about the sweepstakes as well, what we started last week, and tonight we will first do the draw. There is some confusion regarding what happens if you sell your Tiki after you've already gained a ticket. You keep the ticket. It's what we said last week, and that hasn't changed. So you just any Tiki you buy during a sweepstake that is live, you will get a ticket as long as you buy 5K or more after tax. And even if you sell afterwards, that ticket is still yours. So in theory, you could buy, sell, and buy again for more tickets. So I don't know where the confusion came from, but it's this way.
Yeah, this is 100% correct, and I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure I did bring this up in the last AMA, or it was included in an announcement. This is the last thing we would want to discourage people is from selling the token. This is a completely normal thing, and we wouldn't want to make people feel pressured in any way to hold on to something if it was their final decision to sell, especially if they wanted to partake in the Tiki sweepstake. Everyone has their own decisions to do anything, and we don't want to be putting people in a more position to buy into something and then thinking that they need to hold on to something if they don't necessarily want to. So this is definitely not the case. You can purchase the Tiki,
and it was actually several times mentioned that this is definitely not the case. It was explained in chat and during as well. So
yeah, 100%. It was something in consideration, but after thinking, it's not something that ultimately benefits anyone at all. It does incentivize holding, but in terms of volume, it actually has a reverse effect overall. Especially if people are interested in taking this, because buying and selling it works both ways for people that are holding the token. The volume is still that percentage of fees is still being used as BNB distribution. So it's the last thing that we would want to de-incentivize, especially with the increased tax from sales that everyone does benefit from. And yeah, just an update regarding.
A lot of happening today.
Yep, get one. Sorry.
I don't know if you're able to get to all of them. There's quite a lot of questions coming in both on YouTube and the Telegram chat.
Yeah. Let's have a look here.
One of them is if the NFT key contract would be audited by CertiK before release. This is not something I've heard anything about.
Yeah, we'll release more information regarding this, but we don't have any plans at the moment to an audit, but this is something that can be arranged. I believe it does work a bit differently regarding this, as they're not as entirely sophisticated and there's not much like room for security flaws, but this is something I will get in contact with the core team regarding the status on this, and if it's something that will be done as well. But we'll definitely release more information in the coming weeks regardless, but I'll find out a lot more on that for sure. So let's have some look at some other questions here. Do you have any plans to make an NFT games? This is something that we've kind of been looking into as well, but at the current stage for this roadmap, it isn't currently being planned for development in this year, but it is something where we've seen a huge growth in the crypto space, and it is something that we could definitely consider doing.
Personally, I've considered it's just an idea I've been playing in my head, but it could be just a bit of fun. Is just working with some bots on Discord to mess around with NFTs and stuff. A lot of other tokens do that successfully. Just a bit of fun, you can play around with your NFTs and maybe even trade them or something on VI Discord. So that could be something that might be a bridge towards some kind of game or interactive play with these tokens, Tiki, NFTs, etc. There's a lot of possibilities with it.
Exactly, yeah. And like there's endless possibilities of where we can kind of span off from the initial release of the NFT keys. And as time progresses, we'll kind of evaluate where they currently stand. We'll definitely be getting your community feedback, as it is the most important source of feedback, essentially, of how you feel things are looking at it. And as we kind of realize what needs to be changed, what updates we need to make, how we can improve, what we can add to it, this is something that can easily be added in as we progress. So it's definitely endless possibilities. Some people concerned with the fees on the Ethereum network. Obviously, this is something that is a kind of a comparative issue. When you're comparing to the BSC and Ethereum, the fees are a lot higher depending on the current gas fees. And this is something that is a kind of standard on the Ethereum network as of now. And it's like someone just said, there's a lot of bigger investors on the Ethereum network, and there's a reason why we are probably something that it's probably something that we should be more attracted to get on, especially with our NFTs, as there are a lot of people interested in the NFT market, and they will probably be definitely interested in what we have to offer as well. So that's probably kind of an explanation of those gas fees as well.
Plus, don't forget down the line there will be Ethernet 2.0, which is going to be proof of stake, not proof of work. So
exactly,
the fees on that will be much. It's not something probably like it's expected for early next year in Ethereum 2.0. So it's not for tomorrow, but keep that in mind for the future, since Tiki is here for the long term.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So let's have a look at some other questions here. Getting a lot of questions, which is really good. I got here late. So this is a question from Trevor King. It says, I got here late. What was the reason for choosing the Ethereum network for NFTs? Guessing I'm wondering why everyone would pay $50 to $100 for NFT. Okay. So yeah, the reason we did choose the Ethereum network is it is undoubtedly the probably most popular network on the crypto space at the moment for NFTs. And we can see the huge markets we're seeing, especially the marketplace OpenSea is very popular. It's kind of a great fit for Tiki, as the team has done their investigation. They do believe it is the best fit. So we can probably see why the NFT key project will be really great fit for us on there. So definitely that's the reason why we chose it. So we got another question from Hajit. So won't this negatively impact Tiki on the BSC? Most likely people will sell their Tiki to buy NFTs on Ethereum. This is probably not the case realistically. If we do see people selling their Tiki to buy NFTs, that's completely their option, but there is ultimately no incentive to do so. In this situation, it's obviously the idea with the extra reward benefit from holding the NFT is that you get extra Tiki tokens as well. But if it's getting to the point where people are deciding to do that, to buy it, that's completely the option. But I don't think this is ultimately incentivized overall. It's definitely, I don't see it as a potential issue.
Yeah, and don't forget that the higher rarity NFTs, they will net you some payouts as well in Tiki. So that will bring again volume to the BSC part of Tiki. So
yes, 100%.
And the bridge, of course.
Yep, definitely. And from what I understand, as from the initial launch release of the NFT contract, there will be an allocated percentage of an actual sale of these NFTs that actually go towards the dividend distribution to all the current Tiki holders. And as of the initial release, I believe this will be a manual process. But obviously, we'll get more information on the specifics of this, and the development team will be building a kind of an automated contract that handles this bridge between the Ethereum NFTs and the actual holders on the Tiki the BSC network, Tiki holders on the BSC. So there's really exciting stuff you can expect to see from this. And we will obviously be releasing some tutorials on, if you are unfamiliar with the Ethereum network, on how to actually bridge your BSC over your BSC tokens such as BNB over to Ethereum. We'll be releasing kind of a short tutorial video as well, kind of so if you aren't too sure how that exactly works once we do come towards the release of the NFTs. So we'll keep everyone informed and make sure everyone understands how it exactly works as we come towards that release date. So we got another question from Calvin Hudson. So did we say NFT sales have a percentage reflected to Tiki holders as a makeshift bridge between the networks? So this is ultimately the idea. There'll be kind of an extra benefit on the side. And as described in those previous slides, we'll be planning to make some of the rarer attributes on these NFT keys that users own to have these extra traits that might net your extra Tiki tokens itself, but we're also planning to implement a thing with the actual sale of these NFT keys to actually provide extra BNB rewards to current Tiki holders. But we'll be releasing a lot more information on the specifics of how this will work as we come towards the release. So we've got some other questions here in the chat. I'll answer a couple more before we get to our, because we're coming up on the hour now. So question on NFTs. Most NFT sales are capped at a low number, 10K or so, etc., which increases the price due to short supply. But you said we can mint infinite supply. So wouldn't that make it less valuable? We ultimately plan that with each of these Tiki masks having a unique, they would be essentially completely unique. And some of these masks will have really rare attributes or medium rarity attributes that kind of will guide what its price can expect to be. We're essentially aiming that there will be no more than one of the same NFT key mask, essentially, which kind of creates that rarity effect and the uniqueness of each individual mask, which kind of will outline its value. So we don't really see this as an infinite supply issue, which would create less value. But obviously, we'll release more information on the specifics of what we can expect this to be. We don't have the information outlined for the supply, but as I'm understanding the current state, I don't believe there is a max supply on this. So I might just wrap up the question portion of the AMA. Let's have a look actually here. One more question. Sorry, everyone. All right. Would you bridge part of the BSC Tiki to ETH Tiki, given the max supply does this not change? Is there any details on the Tiki token split between BSC and ETH? Nah, don't say sorry. It's all good. Like I said at the current stage, regarding the Tiki tokens being bridged over to the Ethereum network, this is something that's not being completed yet. It's not going to be done alongside the implementation of the NFT contract. Tiki tokens will remain on the BSC as of now, but come in the future, we might create plans to bridge over the tokens. It will be kind of a cross chain token, but as of now, this is not going to be the case. The Tiki tokens will stay on the BSC. Okay, so we're going to get to the kind of exciting, kind of surprise for everyone, more of a kind of a reveal of the NFT keys and some of the kind of event that we'll have running along the next week ahead. It's a bit of a really exciting thing, so we'll get into that now as we come towards wrapping up the AMA. Let me just get this open here. Sorry, everyone. All right, so we're going to be doing a bit of a reveal of what we can kind of expect the NFTs to look like. So, and also, yes, we've got a bit of a GIF, kind of a little animation of some of the random generations that we've done as a test. And this is obviously a very small sample as we've kind of been developing some of the designs. And it's looking really awesome in my opinion. And we can see some of those previously mentioned attributes we're talking about here in this animation here. And also alongside coming into this week as a kind of a celebration for the announcement of the NFT key, we'll be doing something a bit different and special with the next week's sweepstake draw. So in addition to the BNB prizes from the 5 draws, each of the draws will also like each of the 5 lucky winners will also be getting some of the first ever minted NFT keys. And this is going to be something for this week only. There will be 5 NFT keys up for grabs. And if you're lucky enough to earn yourself one of the NFT keys in the upcoming sweepstake draw, an NFT key will be minted and reserved for you once the contract is released on the Ethereum network. So this is something really exciting as well for everyone to kind of participate in, as alongside the sweepstake rewards that we're already seeing at the moment. So, as these will be of higher value, winners will need come forward to our team to claim if they are drawn in the sweepstakes, alongside the actual BNB reward that also gets distributed to the winner, relative to what position they achieved in the draw. So we do wish everyone good luck for this, and it's a really exciting addition to the upcoming sweepstake, as well as an additional kind of reward as well. So I hope everyone's kind of happy with this to get a really nice chance at scoring yourself one of the new NFT keys once they're released. And this is going to be something that's running for just this week only. So definitely, if it's something you're interested in winning as a prize, the entry will be the exact same as we kind of ran in this current week sweepstake, where each 5,000 Tiki tokens will score yourself 1 Tiki ticket. I've got another question here as well. Are all these rarities being shown right now? No, there's a lot more variations, and this is kind of a small sample as we've kind of given as what you can kind of expect it to kind of look like. There's a lot of the other designs that are still being finalized and created as of now, but it's kind of just a kind of rough overview and demonstration of how the randomization might look when you're actually minting your own Tiki NFT on the Ethereum network. And it's a really cool thing as well, how it works. And I do personally think they do look awesome. And having your own personalized, unique NFT key mask to kind of express yourself and kind of show off to the community. And I think it would be a really cool way to kind of set as a profile picture in the community as well. It's only a really cool thing. So I hope everyone can kind of take away that, and it's a really cool chance to actually potentially win yourself an NFT in this coming week's sweepstake draw, alongside the BNB prize as well. So definitely, if there's something you're interested in, as soon as the next draw begins, I believe in around 15 minutes, all draws in there are actually going to be applicable for those 5 Tiki NFTs up for grabs. So definitely, if you're interested in this, something to look into if you're interested in entering the draw. And if you are unfamiliar with the sweepstakes, do check back in on the last AMA, which goes over how the sweepstake platform works. But this is we thought this was a really cool way to kind of introduce and be an extra surprise for the NFT key reveal, and kind of give everyone a chance to potentially win a cool NFT, a Tiki NFT mask potentially. But as explained, as a winner in this coming week's sweepstake, your address will be kind of set aside and reserved for a minted mask on release. So the prize will actually be the mask once it's released. So if anyone else has any questions as well regarding this, do feel free to chuck me a DM. But we'll be very excited for this in the coming weeks as we do release a lot more information on this as well. So this is something to definitely look out for in this coming sweepstake as well. So if anyone does have any other questions regarding anything, I'm happy to take a few more now, as if anyone has any confusion with anything, definitely feel free to ask as well. But we'll probably be wrapping up the AMA for now. I'll probably answer the remaining questions via text, but I'll wrap up the live stream portion of the AMA for now. But yes, I do thank everyone for coming in and taking the time to come into the Tiki Talk AMA. Appreciated all the questions and interactions today, and we're looking forward to next week for sure. And we do have an exciting week ahead, and definitely a couple weeks ahead, coming up to the actual official release of the NFT contract. So, oh, look, someone's already set the pitch. I like it, BB. All right. Take it easy, everyone. Hope everyone had a great time. Like I said, if you have any questions, do feel free to send me a DM or ask in the actual chat itself. Yeah, take it easy, everyone. See you later. Bye.